The Boys Season 5 Episode 6 trailer looks like we're finally back in business, baby. A lot of people have been complaining that the last two episodes felt like filler, and honestly, I get it, because in some ways they were filler. But I still like them, especially Episode 5, and in my opinion, that might actually be my favorite episode out of the season so far, because we've really never seen The Boys do an episode in that style before. It felt different and really experimental. Obviously, that's besides the point, because episode 6 looks like it's bringing us right back into the main story, just like we've all been waiting for. So let's break this trailer down, shall we? So as we know from episode 5, Mr. Marathon was the guy Homelander and Soldier Boy pulled up on after Stan Edgar told them he might know where to get their hands on V1. And to absolutely nobody's surprise, he did know something. Mr. Marathon told them Bombsight has the V1, or at the very least knows where they can find it. And that instantly makes Bombsight one of the most important characters going into episode 6, because now the question becomes, how is he actually going to give it up? Because nothing in life is free, as I'm sure all of you may know, right? And I don't see Bombsight just handing over something that powerful out of the kindness of his heart. And if Homelander and Soldier Boy try to kill him for not giving him the V1, then they're right back at square one, so they can't kill him and they can't torture him. They need him alive long enough to either give them the V1 or tell them exactly where it is. But as we all know, Homelander is getting more impatient by the episode. He really wants this V1, and if he can't get it soon, he's going to go crazy. So I do not see Homelander being the one to negotiate with Bombsight here. I think Soldier Boy might be the one who has to get it, or at least get the information out of Bombsight, probably after doing some kind of deed for him. Because I don't see Soldier Boy killing him as well. I feel like he will be more patient with Bombsight since, you know, he knew Bombsight since the beginning of this all. And after that, I do think Soldier Boy will do some deed for him, and then I firmly believe after Soldier Boy gets the V1, he will go and hand it over to Homelander. Now, you might be thinking, why would Soldier Boy give V1 to Homelander? Hasn't Soldier Boy been trying to get the V1 before Homelander for the last two episodes so he could destroy it? I mean, he literally admitted that in episode 4, that he wanted to destroy it when he trapped Homelander inside that radiation cage. So, I mean, on paper, it makes no sense for him to suddenly just help Homelander get the one thing he's been trying to keep away from him. But episode 5 kind of changed the way I look at Soldier Boy's motives. When Malchemical knocked Homelander out with his nasty breath, Soldier Boy did not take that lightly at all. He almost looked pretty insulted by it. Then he killed everybody in the room, including Mr. Marathon. But here's the important part. Soldier Boy had the perfect chance to kill Homelander right then and there. I mean, Homelander was completely knocked out. He was helpless. Soldier Boy could have ended the whole thing in seconds instead of going on this entire mission to stop Homelander from taking the V1, but he didn't kill Homelander when he had the chance. That tells me Soldier Boy actually does care about Homelander in his own way. Maybe after seeing him vulnerable, he starts thinking this fight isn't worth it anymore. Maybe he realizes that instead of trying to destroy Homelander, they could join forces and become the ruler of the 7 for years to come. Maybe in Soldier Boy's mind, this is finally his chance to build the legacy he always thought he deserved, with Homelander standing right beside him. Now I know Homelander shooting his beams into the sky isn't in the trailer, but this screenshot right here is the exact same spot he does. So, then we see Homelander taking what it looks like the V1, shooting his laser eye straight into the sky with what it seems like a massive power upgrade. And we've never seen Homelander's laser vision look like that at all. So to me, it obviously has to be him taking the V1. What makes this even more interesting is that Soldier Boy is standing right there next to him when he shoots his laser beams up into the sky. So I mean, if my theory is right, this could be the exact scene where Soldier Boy hands Homelander the upgrade, or at least allows him to take it. And then of course we see the boys watching from a distance. We see Kimiko and Frenchie, and this is where things start getting really scary for me, because maybe one of them runs out and tries to stop Homelander before it's too late. Like, I could definitely see Kimiko making that move, because look at her eyes in the screenshot. She looks terrified, almost like she's realizing, oh my god, he actually got the V1. Now he's going to kill all of us. We have no hope at all. all. But at the same time, she also looks like she's ready to say screw it. If we're probably going to die anyways, why not try to stop him right now before it really begins? Or maybe she doesn't move at all. Maybe she lets out a loud gasp like, oh my god, and Homelander hears it, then flies over to where the sound came from. And then Frenchie, seeing that Kimiko is in danger, panics and then steps right in front of Homelander to protect her. That could be where he sacrifices himself, because I definitely think Kimiko or Frenchie are 100% going to die in the season. Because think about it, why did the show break them up if they're both going to be alive at the finale? When they broke up, that should have told you, oh yeah, one of them is 100% going to die. Now, I could be completely grasping at straws here, but why else would the boys be this close to the action? Are they really just there to watch Homelander take the V1? And that kind of just seems like it's too dangerous. Because eventually they would find out anyway. I'm sure Homelander would announce to the world that he's now immortal and the newly claimed god of everything. So the fact that the boys are actually close enough to witness this moment makes me kind of feel nervous for them. Like, they might die. Well, not all of them, but one of them may die. Now, sure, we got Firecracker's death last episode, but outside of that, this season hasn't really fully exploded into total chaos yet. Maybe they're saving the bloodbath for episode 8 or maybe episode 7, but episode 6 definitely feels like the point where things are going to start going off the rails. Then we get to this image right here. The Deep completely covered in oil. Now, as I'm sure all of you probably already know, Black Noir and The Deep have had some serious beef these past couple episodes. And it really started back in episode 3, when The Deep basically knocked Black Noir out with some kind of smoke bomb. Then took all the credit for finding Stan Edgar and bringing him back to Homelander, which, let's be honest, Black Noir had every right to be pissed about. Then in episode 5, Noir finally got his get back by one-upping The Deep on his podcast with their guest, Oh Father, before they even went live. And The Deep clearly did not like that at all, because instead of just taking the loss, he retaliated by brutally killing Noir's acting producer, Adam. So going into this episode, I think Black Noir is going to retaliate even harder, because one-upping each other is another thing, but killing Noir's friend and then blackmailing him after, he basically told Noir, don't tell anybody about this, because if Homelander finds out that you're acting, he's not going to take very lightly of this, and he's going to either kill you or suspend you from the 7 for taking acting classes. Like, brother, there is no way Black Noir is just going to let that slide. He literally killed his friend and then blackmailed him. It's GG, 100%. And that's why I genuinely believe whatever happened to The Deep in this screenshot right here is part of Black Noir's plan. Now, I think Noir definitely did something extremely devious to him. Like, he definitely went after The Deep's home turf, which is basically the ocean, and caused some kind of disaster bad enough to leave The Deep covered in oil. And if that's the case, this could be what finally pushes The Deep over the edge. Because I don't think this conflict is just here for comedy or random entertainment in the show. No, the show is building this beef for a reason. These two keep escalating things episode by episode, and when the boys start doing that, it usually means somebody is not making it out alive. So whether it's The Deep who dies, or Black Noir who dies, or somehow both of them by the end of the season, I am telling you right now, one of them is going down.